Each year, between 2.5 to 3 million scientific papers are published, and this number continues to rise exponentially. As such, it is becoming increasingly difficult to ensure that published research has its intended impact, as it must first get noticed. Visual abstracts, or a shortened, infographic-style summary of a paper, are increasingly being used to help spread research findings and reduce the amount of time it takes to consume a paper. In fact, visual elements have been shown to improve learning and subject comprehension. Abstractify, a tool built using React and Google Cloud's Gemini API, takes in a research paper and creates an easily understandable visual abstract which summarizes that paper. This abstract allows the user to quickly sort through information in the paper, saving them time and priming them for what is to come should they decide to look deeper. While other generative AIs struggle to consistently provide accurate, concise visual abstracts when prompted, Abstractify delivers.
Alright, so now let's get into a live demo of how Abstractify works. Users prompted by a homepage, animations, looks very nice. Let's get into the login. Logins are handled using Google OAuth, so everything is made secure. And the reason why we have users log in is because they're actually able to access their past uploads. But first, let's do an upload. So let's put a research paper in here. Click Upload PDF, and let's wait for it to generate the visual abstract. Awesome. So it very quickly generates the visual abstract, and this is for a famous paper called Attention is All You Need. And as you can see, it is a very aesthetically pleasing, simple format. It's able to generate its own figures, show results, it's able to generate its own diagrams to better illustrate methodologies, and all of the text is in very simple language, even including a context section so the layperson can understand it very easily. Compare this to ChatGPT's diagram for the same PDF that I uploaded. As you can see, there's not a lot of understanding, which is exactly why our app is not only novel and necessary, but very unique. Now let's look at the past uploads feature. So users can actually access their past uploads. So let's look at this, for example. And as you can see, this reduces the amount of time it needs to generate because it's just pulling the code from the MongoDB Atlas server. And yeah, this is also a very nice template, very nice visual abstract. And as you can see, the templates are dynamic. They do not look the same. They are actually intelligently automated so that it looks in the best format for the specific research paper. So let's look at another past upload. I already looked at this one. Let's look at this one. And as you can see, it can handle a wide variety of research papers. So this is a biological one. It's able to generate the diagrams, able to generate the figures, and there's a lot of insight that can be taken out of this in a very short amount of time. Last feature, if you try to upload a PDF that's already been uploaded, it's not going to regenerate it. It's going to find it in the MongoDB database when it checks for PDF equality and generate the same layout, saving a lot of tokens and saving a lot of time. As you can see, this is the same thing.
Now let's get into how Abstractify actually works. Abstractify utilizes two interactions with the Google Gemini 1.5 Pro model to generate visual abstracts. We chose Gemini for its capabilities in generating code, as well as the abundant token provided. When users upload a PDF file of a research paper, an API call is made to the backend, and the PDF is used together with a text prompt we have carefully written. We were able to prompt engineer Gemini so that it outputs key elements of the research paper with the type of form that is most suitable to be used in the visual abstract. This information is outputted in the format of a JSON file, which we use again as a prompt together with a different text prompt we have written. In the second interaction, Gemini is prompt engineered to output code for a JavaScript file using React inline styling. With this code, we render the visual abstract created and store them on MongoDB. For maximum efficiency, we have utilized MongoDB to store visual abstracts. Mongo saves all generated visual abstracts, finding equality by DOI and/or the title of the paper. On a global scope, if a user inputs a PDF of a research article that anyone in the past has done, it pulls the code from Mongo, making it so that it doesn't regenerate and quickly outputs the visual abstract instead. Finally, with Mongo, users can search through their own previous visual abstract, which are stored in an array.
Looking beyond the current scope of this project, the framework established by Abstractify proves very useful for making scientific literature more important to the public. One methodology that we started but were not able to do due to API quantity limitations was element by element parsing, which when done was able to generate a more robust representation of figures and ideas in a more visual manner, as well as create custom JSX for each figure or diagram that is unique to each task. This element by element parsing relied on taking a document and then extracting a JSX snippet for each single diagram that would be needed in a visual abstract. And then a general structure would also be extracted for the visual abstract, and that would be formed in a master JSX snippet, which would become what would be the visual abstract using React. And when looking at other forms of communication and scientific communication, using document summarization and chatbots would also be important and is in the future for Abstractify, as being able to summarize the document would be useful to the user, as well as having a chatbot to discuss the document with, especially when it comes to wanting to learn more about specific concepts that could be pulled from the memory within the LLM or could be queried from online resources. Abstractify, it is a valuable tool in the scientific community as well as the non-scientific community by making scientific literacy easier and providing a more visual and comprehensive approach towards understanding science at a high level.